Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Tonight, we are looking at the Michigan Wolverines as they travel to Nebraska to battle the Cornhuskers in a huge game for both teams, especially Nebraska. The bubble is only getting smaller, and it's now time for teams to start separating themselves from the rest of the field and get off the bubble. Nebraska has an excellent chance to pick up that win and get themselves on the right side of the bubble, hopefully for good. Nebraska has the opportunity against Michigan. The Wolverines come to Lincoln in what is likely to be a sellout at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Michigan seems to be a lock to make the NCAA tournament under first-year head coach Dusty May, but the seeding is still in question. May has done a great job with this program. They went from the bottom of the Big Ten to the top of the Big Ten. They've still got a shot to win a Big Ten championship. They now trail Michigan State. They need a win here to still have a shot at the top spot in the Big Ten. Now, Michigan is the one team that has never had much trouble against Nebraska. They've only lost to the Cornhuskers 3 times since the Huskers joined the Big Ten. I think this is going to be a hard-fought, close battle. You can see that at the point spread. The point spread is Nebraska by 1.5. The Huskers are going to answer a lot of questions for the NCAA Tournament Committee and their fans tonight. Does Nebraska want to make the tournament? Will there be buy-in on the defensive end of the floor? Will the players be motivated to win this game? You would think they were, but you'd have thought they would have been against Penn State too, and they failed miserably. All of those things have been said about the Huskers this year, and no one really knows the answers to the questions. The Huskers have shown that they can beat anyone in the country with their 5 quad 1 wins and 5 wins on the road. They also have the ability to not show up defensively and get blown out. It's happened 3 times by more than 20 points this season. Now, Nebraska has one of the best players in the country, in Bryce Williams. When he is going, the Huskers are very hard to beat. Williams is one of the most efficient scorers in the country. And when he is getting to the free throw line, it usually bodes well for the Huskers. Juwan Gary was awful in their last game against Penn State. Gary is going to get the bulk of the looks inside, and when he is hitting shots at the rim and playing defense, Nebraska is very hard to beat, especially at home. Gary and Williams will have to be on their game to pull the upset against Michigan. Now, the Wolverines are near the top of the Big Ten and are back to being one of the premier teams in the country under head coach Dusty May. Michigan does have an Achilles heel this year, and that is their inability to keep turnovers under control. They turn the ball over a lot, and when they're turning the ball over at a high rate, they are very beatable. Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden are aptly named Area 51. The 2 big men lead Michigan everything. They will step out, hit threes, rebound, and protect the rim at an elite level. Stopping the big men is imperative to beating Michigan. The 2 big men do turn the ball over a lot, and when Nebraska has their defense dialed in, they will force turnovers. Now, Michigan and Nebraska are both coming off losses, but the Huskers are going to be the more desperate team here. Nebraska needs to get the 19-20 wins to feel safe in the NCAA tournament, and if they could get this game against Michigan, the fans of Nebraska are going to breathe much easier. The big question here is, can Michigan control their turnovers? Because if the turnovers become an issue, they're going to lose this game. I believe this. I believe Michigan played horrible against Michigan State, losing by double digits at home the other night. This Michigan team is good, but they are fatally flawed when it comes to turning the ball over. Golden and Wolf are either going to play great or they're going to turn the ball over, and this is going to get ugly. I think Bryce Williams and Juwan Gary come up big tonight. Nebraska's at home. So I'm going to take Michigan on the money line. Right now it's plus 114 to win this game. And the reason I say this is this. Juwan Gary and Bryce Williams are very good players. I think they'll come up big. But I think Golden and Wolf are going to come up big also. I think Michigan will shoot the ball better from deep than what they have as of late. This is going to be a great basketball game. I think a final score in the area of 77-75 Michigan, but I think Michigan does eke this one out. All right, guys, make sure you follow me on X at Grueling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification on YouTube. Check out thegruelingtruth.com. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.